Okay, so the first thing you need to do before you even get to even this stage is to make sure that the material is of the right moisture content, which would be 20% or less. So I have two different types of moisture meters here. This one's less than $20. It's a pin type, and then this one doesn't require pins into it. So what you would do is you would come in with this one, which is really cool. You just kind of touch it down to the wood, and it shows that it's 4% moisture, which is fantastic. Again, down here, that's 9%. One over here, 9%. You can do the edges, but it's not as critical. So if you're going to use your pins, then you would actually just kind of stick it in and then take a reading. But I found that this one is about $44. Doesn't require any pins. And if the material's really hard like this, it's hard to get it in there to get a reading. So I have switched over to this type. Okay, so as you can see here, it's just, there's actually an outer shell and an inner shell. The inner shell is of heavier duty material, the outer shell is lighter. It just goes together again with simple bolts and wing nuts, so you don't even need much equipment at all other than a crescent wrench or something to put it together. Again, we fill the bottom area to make sure that no air comes in up underneath. And then the bottom of here is, you don't have to do anything to it. Normally it's dirt, but it can be grass as well. And we're just going to start filling this up, and then we'll light it, and then we will just keep lighting, keep putting the material in. It'll easily go through all of this material over here. You can actually process up to about 16 cubic yards per day in each one of these. The Ecology Center has purchased 5 of these, and we'll have them available to assist landowners in processing material like this starting in about April. We only have one of them right now for demo purposes. Okay, so what we're doing here, this pile was actually created before we came into this project, so it wasn't piled exactly uniformly in a way we like for a conservation burn. So what we're doing is we're kind of bringing it up more into a cone shape and about the right height and about the right circumference. Over here we've separated out some of the material which we're going to be using in a kiln, which we'll show you in a minute. Now, one important thing is you need to do a moisture meter content of the moisture content to find out if it's ready to burn. And ideally, it would be 20% moisture or less. Some of it can be a little higher, but as long as the average is around 20%. So the dryness or the moisture content is actually more important than how long it's seasoned. But often it takes at least 2 to 3 months to season, and sometimes even longer than that, depending on how much rain there's been. Yeah, so now we're at the stage where we've actually put out both of our piles. This was the pile from the kiln burn, and as you can see, it's really pretty clean, really nice char. This is some that was made from it. You can see how it breaks apart really easily. That's a sign of good biochar. So this pile is cleaner than this pile up here, primarily because we were able to kind of go through and cut up the pieces and take some of the wire out. The pile up there had more wire in it, and it was also a bigger pile, and the advantage of the kiln is that it makes a very nice uniform product, a very nice uniform biochar. Whereas as you can see up there, there's still a lot of unburnt pieces and things like that, and that's what you don't get with the kiln. So if your purpose is primarily, well, twofold, to cut down on the smoke, but also to produce the biochar, the kiln is really the way to go. It is more work. It does take a little bit longer, but if what you want is the biochar at the end, this is really a better method of doing it. The char that's made in the conservation burn pile is also good char, but it's generally not as consistent, and as you can see up there's a lot of material that wasn't burned. Now you can still take that material, pull it out and put it on your next burn pile, and then you can continue to use it all up, but this is just a cleaner product overall.